Hello everybody, September favourites. It's so dark outside. It's sort of like the end of the world dark. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's definitely autumn, unfortunately. I thought we were going to get a little bit more summer, but no, I think this is it. So that's good. A bit of an eclectic mix for you today. But I wanted to start off with some fashion, which is going to be sort of quite niche and specialised because it's a couple of maternity dresses that I've had from ASOS. I bought these about 3 weeks ago, so hopefully they're still up on the website. But they're just their sort of standard maternity range. You know what, the quality is not the most amazing quality in the world, but they're fun little dresses. I've got one that's like a blue spotty dress, and the other one is a sort of, my friend says it's very Diane von Furstenberg. It's like a white leopard print dress, and they're both 3/4 sleeved, Bardot shoulders. So yeah, if you missed the fact that I am pregnant, go and check out my pregnancy announcement video, which I shall link to either here, if I remember, or below in the description box. I've set up a whole new channel that's full of mum and baby stuff. So if you want to follow my pregnancy with the vlogs and everything like that, then do. Again, I'll link it up. So yeah, those are my first two favourite things really. The ASOS dresses, and I think they were about 30 quid each, something like that. They're just like thinnish jersey, but they will most definitely stretch to whole. Do you know what? I feel so big in the bump already that I can't imagine I'm going to want to wear them when I'm like 7, 8, 9 months pregnant, but for now they're fun. I don't need them to last for years because, to be quite honest, they're going to go in the charity pile once I've finished being pregnant anyway. So yeah, check those out if you fancy something a little bit fun and frivolous for the sort of party season coming up or what have you. I am going to be doing a maternity lookbook over on the Uphill channel, so do go over and subscribe to that and give it some love because that would be really nice. Right, I'm going to get all the sort of non-beauty things out of the way first, and then go straight into beauty. Now, a book. I know I keep promising you a book video. I've been promising it since there was supposed to be one that came out just before New Year, Best Books of 2015. And we're almost through 2016 and I still haven't done last year's, so sorry about that. But this has really struck a chord with me. This is the year of the Runaways. It is a very, very poignant, oh, grab your heart, rip it out, sort of harrowing in places story about a few different men who have come from India over to Britain as either illegal immigrants or people on visas, like marriage visas or student visas. And it follows their life in India. They're all from sort of different backgrounds and have their own particular set of problems. And I don't know which is sadder in some cases, the story of them when they're, the kind of backstory of their lives in India, or the story of what happens to them when they get to the UK. I'm finding it quite hard to finish it because some of it is so unsettling and there are moments of quite horrific violence as well, but I can't put it down. If you've ever read Rohinton Mystery, he writes about India and it's just, he writes incredibly. 2 of his books are they might be the best books I've ever read, I think. And this is very similar to Rohinton Mystery in style. So yeah, that's a recommendation for you. It's a serious, it's a serious piece of work and it's not light-hearted and it might make you feel a bit depressed, but it's eye-opening and it's excellent. On to something slightly happier. I don't know whether you remember me talking about my friend Kim, who set up Mrs. Todd, and she makes the most amazing candles with the most amazing scents. And her fig one, I think, is nicer than Diptyque. And that's saying something because I love the fig from Diptyque. But she's very, very clever. And she's going from strength to strength. She's just changed the packaging. I think she's changed the wicks in the candles, if I remember rightly. And now she's brought out diffusers. So you know what I'm talking about, don't you? These things with the sticks, and then the scent comes out through the top. And she sent me one to try, and it's beautiful. I haven't put it all together because I'm about to take photos of it. That's what you pour the liquid into, that's what the liquid comes in. It all feels very, almost sort of Victorian or vintage. It feels very much like something you get in Liberty at, you know, in the Victorian times or something, if that makes any sense. It all feels very beautiful and very sort of loved. So go and have a look at her stuff. She's got a website, I'll put that below. She also sends out scent sticks. So if you want to have a smell of the smells before you commit to buying something, then you can smell them before you buy. So that's good. Again, description box. There's going to be a lot of description going on below there, isn't there? My battery on my microphone is running out, which is excellent. Beauty. Paul & Joe Warner Brothers limited edition collection, which is its packaging. So they do the most gorgeous little sort of cardboard sleeves for the lipsticks and compact cases and things like that. That's how they work. And then you buy refills to put in them. And it's just brilliant. So they've got Sylvester and Tweety Pie, and they've got Tom and Jerry. And it's all very cool, very collectible. I did a whole blog post on it, so I'll link to that. I'm wearing this lipstick at the moment, which is lipstick 106, which doesn't, look, they just all click in and out. So you buy the packaging separately, and they've got stuff with kittens on and rabbits and all that kind of stuff as well. It's all beautiful. But so you pick your makeup, pick your packaging. Check out my blog post. 2 foundations. One is a rediscovery. This is Dior Skin. Again, I've done a big blog post on this, so I'll link to that. Dior Skin Forever. It's a very full coverage, velvety matte finish, flawless finish. Longevity is amazing. You kind of have to get this off with a pan-scourer at the end of the day, and has a lovely luminous sort of glow. I've done before and after pictures. They're on my website, so go and have a look at those. But it's brilliant. I wear shade 020. If you're looking for something that's got that luminosity but is very full coverage, nice. Foundation I am wearing though is the Burberry Bright Glow, which is new. And I'm wearing this in shade 12. And it's a really bouncy, dewy, gorgeous, comfortable feeling foundation. I'm really impressed with this. I'm about to do my full write-up. Good coverage, I think, and a lot more bouncy and fresh and dewy than I think that it almost should be for this type of coverage. They've done really well with this. I mean, they do good skin. That's a given. This one I've been more impressed with than the others that people have raved about in the past that I haven't liked quite so much. I just think it's gorgeous, great for winter. I went to Paris with Dauphin, who are an amazing, beautiful beauty brand, and I've got a video, it's a sponsored video, coming out with them in a couple of weeks' time about a new range they've got. But because of them and this trip to Paris, I got reintroduced, I used to love these oils, to their aromatic care, which are tiny little, well not that tiny, bottles of oil, and their whole system is that you serum, oil, moisturise. And while I was in Paris, I sort of followed the regime again, and my skin felt so beautiful and makeup looked so good on top of it that I've started to adopt or re-adopt the whole sort of oils into my skincare routine. I mean, I do use oils anyway, but I don't normally follow them with a moisturiser to sort of seal everything in. And I'd sort of forgotten that whole layering routine, and it's really, really nice. I've been using the Tangerine, I think it is, or Mandarin. Can't remember which, I think it's Tangerine, which is beautiful, but it's up in the bathroom, and this one was down here. So that's why I'm showing you this one. So oils, and the other oil I've been using loads is the L'Oreal Extraordinary Oil. Sorry, this is in French because it's one I got in Paris ages ago. But this one is the rebalancing one for oily skin. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I've been getting little sort of hormonal madness. Every now and again, it sort of happens every few weeks, and I just get loads of weird little pimples around the chin and stuff like that. So I've been using this one, which is rebalancing, just to sort of knock them on the head, and it's been working really well for me actually. You only need a tiny bit. It's like impossible to get through this bottle. But yeah, So that's the other one that I've been sort of alternating with. And I've really been putting a lot of moisture and oils back into my face because it's been quite dry, which happened last time I was pregnant as well, so I'm not really surprised, but it's sort of annoying. But on that note, one more face product that I thought was really, really good. This is the Liz Earle Super Skin Overnight Mask. This is so rich. So you put it on before you go to sleep, you can put it on after serum or after serum and oil, whatever it is that you're doing. And it's just like the most rich, ridiculously moisturising moisturiser. It didn't feel like there was loads of residue on my face. It wasn't like I was going to sleep with this horrible sticky mask on. But I woke up in the morning and it felt as though, you know that feeling when you've just moisturised with something really, really moisturising? That's what it felt like. And it was like, okay, this stuff's good. Because you know, sometimes when you've got very dry skin, everything just seems to disappear into your skin and you touch it and you think, oh, I may as well not put anything on. And so I will do a blog post about this really buttery, rich, gorgeous face creams. So I was very, very impressed by this. Oh, God knows how long it would take to finish a pot of it because it's 100 ml. I used a tiny bit and the effects were just major. So yeah, that'll last me until I'm about 60. Last thing, Bourgeois Blur the Lines Concealer. Really, really raving about this one because I'm not sure it's actually out in the shops yet. I'll double check, I'll put it below like everything else. But it's just, you know when I talked about the Effaclar Blur from La Roche-Posay, which is like this foundation, check out the budget foundations video. But I showed you that and it's almost, it's like this dry feeling veil that just skims the skin. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. It's like a light mousse that goes to a powder that just disappears. I feel like this is the concealer equivalent of that. Best applied over foundation because it just slides right over. But it just is the easiest to use concealer. Doesn't sit in fine lines. I wouldn't use it, probably the only way that I wouldn't use it is if you weren't wearing any kind of base or foundation and you had very dry skin. I feel like the skin needs to be sort of prepped and then it needs to slide on over the top, if that makes any sense. But once it's on, doesn't move, and is really nice and brightening. I've been using shade 2, but because that's in the house, I've just used shade 1. And actually, I think under the eyes, that gives a really nice lifting sort of effect. So I'm very impressed with that, indeed. So yes, that's it for today. Make sure that you go and look at my mum and baby channel, The Uphill. Subscribe to that if you would, that would make my day. And I'll see you next time.